Hey, Dream Chasers, this is Amy J, and thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Vlogmas 2020, Day 27. No, you know what? I was going to do my own sound effects, but why when you have the Rodecaster Pro? Yes, 27 days in, guys. This is awesome. And here's the thing. I could not have done this by myself. Nope. I didn't do this by myself. This is because and thanks to support groups. This is because of the Let's Get Live Facebook group. It's because of the EW Facebook group. And so I just shout outs to them for their support, their encouragement. Any questions we had, they answered. Same with the Live Streaming Pros Streamer Accelerator program I'm part of. That group would not have been able to get through Vlogmas 2020 without them. And here's the thing, guys. There are a lot of ways you can chase your dreams. By yourself, doing it solo is one of them. But and maybe you'll get where you want to go by doing it yourself, but you won't get there fast. Okay? So that's important for you to understand. Of course, you are absolutely within your rights to chase your dreams by yourself. Why not? But it wouldn't be as fun if you didn't have support. And so what do I mean by that? There's different types of support. So we're going to pull up the light board here and get some writing done. The different types of support include, but are not limited to, finding a mentor. Huge, makes a difference, right? Having a mentor to help you. Having a coach. Now, a coach and a mentor are two different things. So understand that. A mentor is someone who will guide you, give you advice, listen to what you're saying, and help you. But they're there for advice. They're your cheerleader. They're a support, but I wouldn't consider them a coach. A coach is someone who is there to help you with the details. They're there to help you get in the dirt and get the hard work done, right? They're going to support you when it comes down to how to do it, the implementation of it. You may have a coach who is also a mentor, but kind of keep the two separate in your mind. They have different purposes and different roles. You can have a mentor who will kind of advise you and say, you know what, that's a great idea. I think you're on the right path. A coach would say, you know what, that's right. Here's what you can do to do more about that. Here are some exercises for you to get where you need to go, right? So a coach is a little bit more hands-on, more involved than a mentor. Two different things, but just understand they're both important, all right? So you don't have to have both. You don't have to have one or the other. There are other options. So let's talk about all the options. Mentor, coach, accountability partner. And so this may be one or more people who will hold you accountable to the things you are trying to do. I have a few accountability partners in different ways, shapes, and forms. When I first started podcasting, Kara Gott Warner was an accountability partner for me, now a lifelong friend. And we check in with each other every now and then to see how we're doing. She was an accountability partner because we helped each other because we were on the same journey. We were both trying to put out podcasts and we were, in the same boat, in the same position. Different paths. She has a podcast on knitting versus mine, which was on and is chasing dreams, right? But that didn't matter. Both of us were working on podcasting. And so having an accountability who was also working on podcasting just like me was great because we talked to each other about what struggles we were finding on our journey. So both traveling the same road, but could help each other carry that load and answer questions or bat ideas between each other. So that's kind of what an accountability partner is and does. Today I have a few accountability partners for different things I have going on. And they are fantastic. Shout outs to my DCA rock stars who help me. Jandy Turner, who I check in with every day practically. business bestie who helps me out, Dominique Fortune, who is also a DCA rockstar who, we're all on the path of putting a course out later this year in 2021. And so we have similar struggles. And so that's why having them as an accountability partner has been fantastic. Now, here's the thing. If I'm working on an online course, finding an accountability partner who isn't doing that at all wouldn't be as productive as if as having a accountability partner in that same area and genre, right? So you can have friends who check in with you, that's fine, but they're not going to understand the struggles or the nomenclature that you're going to share as someone who is also on that same path. So when looking for an accountability partner, find someone who is similar to what you're doing. Now, you could always take that higher, right? Jandy and I talk about our business and what we're doing. And so she's a accountability partner on a higher level as well as on the course level. So you got to find the right person for you. It's going to change from one to the other, right? I mean, what works for me may not work for you. So you got to find someone who will fit with you. It's kind of like dating, because you want to find the right relationship, right? You don't want someone who doesn't jive with you. So take that seriously as you try to find an accountability partner for yourself in whatever you're doing, because you want to find someone who understands and you can get along with, right? You got to have similar interests somewhere. The other options are a group dynamic. A group dynamic, what I mean by that is people who are in the same boat. So Facebook groups are of similar interests for podcasting, for online courses, for knitting, for sports, whatever the case is, right? You want to find like-minded people. There's a theme in this. Like-minded people is the theme of what we're talking about. So hopefully you guys will understand what I'm saying. Like, these are the different type of people that we're talking about. You don't need to have any or all of them, right? Pick and choose what works for you, what makes sense. I suggest finding a mentor, a coach, an accountability partner, right? I know I just listed practically all of them, but find it in your own time. Find it in your own time and figure out the frequency of which makes sense for all parties involved to talk. Because that's important also, is that you guys are on the same page on when you're checking in. For example, Cara and I check in once a month, whereas Jandy and I check in like every day, because it's different interests, different topics that we're talking about. So what is it for you? What works best for you, right? And, there are different ways that you can keep in touch. There is Marco Polo app, where you can send video messages to one another. There's WhatsApp groups, right? There's good old plain text messaging. Find what makes sense for you. Same thing with a coach or a mentor. Email is also an option, right? But keep in mind that, especially with a mentor, don't just take anyone who says, hey, I'll mentor you. Do your research, make sure they're the right fit and that it makes sense. And see if you can find a way to give back to them just as much as you're taking from them, right? It should always be a two-sided relationship, regardless of any of the ones that we've selected, right? But keep in mind, guys, that having these people in your life is not intended to slow you down. Having this support group in any of those forms is going to push you forward faster. You will get where you need faster because you have now resources to help you when you have questions. People who you can rely on when you're unsure, stuck, or doubtful about yourself. They will help motivate you and push you to keep going. Okay. Just as important as your why is having somebody in your corner. And that's what this is. All right. So keep that in mind. And until next time, keep that in mind and start looking for those people, because I think, honestly, guys, these people will help you in 2021 chase your dream. It doesn't have to be a business. Whatever it is you're looking for, they will help. If it's a life coach, if it's, you're just trying to figure out your finances, you can find the right people for that. There's a person in place for all of it. All right. So until tomorrow when we talk about communication. Remember, guys, don't stop. Keep chasing.